It's a little dark and I'm by this tree. I don't feel great about... Oh, there's a blade of grass just like... I don't feel great. Yeah, I don't feel great. And I'm gonna walk through the forest because the forest connects me to something deeper than myself. And even looking over the fields in the big sky now, I feel small in the right way. And a little more at home, but I just I was writing a job application and it just spun me out a bit. Yeah, because I was just like, who am I? Like, who am I? And I know I know who my soul is, and I know my spirit, or at least I'm coming to, but I just don't know who I am on this earth. And it can be like such... Oh, geese or crows, I don't know. It can be such a lonely thing to feel like there's nothing anchoring you to this earth. Like, no reason that you're really needed. And like, is that a dog? I thought I had a little collar rustling. Right? I don't know. Nothing really anchoring you. Nothing that you're needed for. No sense of connection underneath it. Like, I know that it's all connected, and I think maybe I just spent too long letting myself feel disconnected. But I am really lonely. And it's just so hard to feel like, you know, although the world is so beautiful and I love so much about being here, I just don't feel like there's a place for me. And I saw a line I was reading in a book that was like, oh, if you can't find a place to fit in, then be that place. And I come back to this idea of like, sometimes you have to be the one. You have to be the one, because if you don't, then who's gonna do it? And, you know, I know I can't be the only one. Like, I know that I can't be the only one that feels like this. I know there must be other people, even though I can't find them now. So maybe I have to be that. And I guess I'm just getting to know myself enough to feel like I am somebody, you know? Like, I came to peace with being nobody, in the sense that like my ego got stripped, but now I'm like, okay, well, where do we go, you know? And it's just these questions like, what do you do? What are your goals? It's like, I just want to be loved. And I just want to be loved, and I just want everyone to feel loved and safe and held and excited and free. And I want everyone to love themselves, and why does it have to be any more refined or complicated than that? Although I know that I'll find an avenue through which I can express this. I know I'll find my own song through which I can express this, and that song will be something that I sing in such a unique way that it can offer something unique. But I guess it's like struggling to embrace your uniqueness when it doesn't have a name, and you don't want to confine it to words anymore because you spent so long trying to explain yourself into existence. But sometimes I still just feel like I'm no one. Like, I'm nothing. And I know that's not true, because people see something in me, and when I see them see it in me, I see it in myself. And sometimes I just see it in myself. I'm like, oh shit, I'm someone, like, I'm something, and what I bring is like really important and good and fun and life-giving. I don't know, but it's so hard when you know that you have a purpose and a reason for being here. It's so hard to be in, I'll call it a stage because I know it's temporary, to be in this liminal stage of finding yourself and losing yourself. And I thought that I don't know, I just used to want people to need me, like people in my life, and that was super unhealthy because I thought, you know, to be loved was to be needed, and I felt like I needed them, and I didn't feel like they needed me. I thought that they were fine without me, and that's not what love is at all. But I just want someone to say, like, I'm so happy that you're here, that you're doing this, that you're in my life, that you're with me, you know, and it couldn't be anyone else. It had to be you, because that's you. And when I spend so much time by myself, I'm just like, I feel like I could just fly off and just like disappear into the forest and no one would really notice. Like, I know I've got something bigger to do, but it just feels so big and ungrounded, and I'm just like, what, you know, like, what? I'm just doing all these things and writing all this stuff and running around and smiling, and I just feel so lonely. And I know I have to trust that this is gonna change. But I just don't know where to go. Like, there's just this big fucking planet, and I have this image sometimes, like, I have this image in my head of like a big, like I show up to some big, I don't know, sometimes it's like a big castle, sometimes it's just like a little cottage, and I walk in and I walk through and there's this big table, and there's like a seat for me at the head of the table, and all these people are there, and I know them all, but I don't, but I do, and they're all like, there she is, you know, like, we've been waiting for you, there she is, sit down, take a seat, come and talk, and be with us. Like, there's a seat for me at the table, but I don't know where the table is, I don't know where the house is, I don't know where I belong. I just want to be able to help, and I want to be able to give. I want to be able to give to other people what I just feel like I don't know where to find. So I have to find it for myself before I can find it for other people, but I'm so tired, and I'm so lonely, and it's like any second now, things are really gonna look up now, it's all gonna come together now, and then I just break. And I'm so scared that if I break and if I really, really admit how lonely I really, really am, that I'm not going to be able to put myself back together again. Yeah. Like, it's a really beautiful world, I just don't know what I'm doing. I just want to be a part of it. Like, I just want to be a part of something. Like, oh, there you are. You know, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for so long. There you are. Just like everyone feels like a stranger, and they're all at this party, and I didn't get the invite, and I'm putting on this costume and looking for something in everybody and not seeing them. I don't know, I just feel so disconnected, and connection is like the most important thing to me in the whole world, because I just don't feel it. Belonging is the most important thing to me in the world, because I don't feel like I belong, and love is everything, but love is everything, but I don't feel it. And I can give it to myself and give it to myself, but I just want someone to love me. I just want to feel like there's a place for me here, and something that I'm doing, and everyone's like so grateful, and I am so grateful. I know I'm here for a reason. I'm just like, please show me, please show me. Like, please give me something to believe in, something to go on, like, other than the fucking birds in the sky. Like, I just want something I can touch. So yeah, it's getting dark, and I'm getting tired, getting really tired. And, you know, like a little voice in my head is like, it's getting really scary now, here's when you have to stop taking care of yourself. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. But please, I hope we find each other. I hope we find each other, and I hope we get everything that we deserve, because we really deserve it. And you deserve to feel connected, and you deserve to have a seat at the table for you. There is a seat at the table for you. I promise there is. There's a whole families that love you so much, and they're just, yeah. It can be really hard. I see you. And we're in this together. And I love you, and sorry for getting pessimistic. I'm not even pessimistic, like, I'm still hopeful, but it is really hard. And I think sometimes you, instead of being helpless, you can be like, fuck you, big man in the sky. You promised me connection, you promised me soul family, you promised me my purpose, where is it? Because it's better than to feel like it's your fault, because none of it's your fault. And you'll look back and you'll see that. Yeah. You're so loved. I love you, because I am you. So, we are connected. What? Whoa. Yeah. Take so much care of yourself, okay? And I will too. Deal? 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 And then we'll hang out and we'll have a cup of tea together. And we'll talk about good things. I hope you find your way. You always will find your way. You always will find your way. You are on your way, okay? Even when you don't feel like it, you're on your way. I love you.